I'll start this one off with what can only be described as shrimp room shenanigans. And as you can see, I've got the dehumidifier on, but not to warm the room. As you can see, the mat's up, and the reason the mat's up is because I was doing water changes on these four, and now I've changed the configuration of these. I got the lower glass slid back, and the lower glass was, let's show you, don't know if you can see this. When I push the lower glass back, it holds the float valve down and subsequently flooded the room. So not massively, but enough where I've got to dry the carpet out. I had to get the mop bucket in, used a roll of that blue paper pretty much to try and dry it out. You can sort of see the remnants of what was going on down the sides of these tanks. And if I can get in there, sorry for the turning the camera, you can see sort of the remnants down the sides of those tanks. So it's not great, and I don't know, because I was flooding, how many of these little babies I've actually lost. They've only got over the top, but nothing I could do about it. It's one of those things. So great starts of the week. Monday the 1st of July, and these Carradina tanks, so the top two, the bottom two, and all of those four are all connected on one feed, as you can sort of see over here. I'm a couple of days late because I've been doing, well, we had a barbecue Saturday, so I normally do these tanks on Friday, Saturday, or Saturday, Sunday, but we had a barbecue Saturday, so I did one rack, the big rack, on Sunday, and I've decided to do these today. I normally do my Neo Carradina tanks today as well, but obviously that's a different mix. The plans for this week, what plans have we got for this week? Hopefully my friend Daniel's turning up with some shrimp, so stay tuned in for that one. Morning. So it's currently Monday the 8th of July, and I normally don't come in the room this early, but this is probably something you guys never see, the room in darkness. But I do have the window open at the moment, just, well, not open, but the blinds up, just so that the plants excuse me, can get some natural daylight. And I have switched this light on because I forgot to do the timer on it, but I came in this morning because I could see light when I walked up the drive, and I put on an additional light for this tank. So as you can see, there's a couple of lights up there, but I'd also put on a small light, like a little USB one, that one on the wire there. Oh, excuse me. And that tank. So we could have a look how these couple from Daniel were doing, but I forgot to switch them off, and they're not on timers then, so those are on this morning, and that front light there was on, so they've had 24 hours of light, so I've quickly nipped those off. And haven't done much over the weekend in here really, but I'm hoping that I've got a couple of tanks cycled this week so I can start moving stuff around again. Hello everybody, and welcome back to the channel. So I know I've started this video without even doing an intro, so I'll do an intro now. So it's Monday the 8th of July, but yes, I've got new glasses. So I've been into town, picked up my new glasses, and I've also nipped into Home Bargains, and I'll show you what I've got. So I've got some more acrylic paint. Home Bargains 99p, and acrylic paint is that if we move down the room, one of the little jobs that I wanted to do, so I'm going to do some water changes today, but if I just want to run some paint across the top of there, so that when I actually put the board on, let's try and do this with one hand, it's not easy. When I put the board on, you get the idea. So when this is pushed up, there's like a black background, and what I'll do is I'll paint that, do the water changes on the top row, paint the next one, do the water changes, etc., and just work my way sort of down those. My mix water is ready, and I've changed my remineralizer temporarily. Well, I don't know if it's temporarily. So these guys aren't getting fed today, but they have had some snowflake, and I've changed to the SL Aqua, Blue Wizard, Green Wizard. I can't remember what it's called, one of those. And I'm going to start using that from sort of here on in. I did use it originally on the original Galaxy tank. This one here, when we first set it up a year ago down there. And just another thing to note, I've tied up a couple of these flame moss. I need to trim the nylon on that. Well, it's fluorocarbon actually. So I've got a couple of them tied up. I still need to tie up some more of the Hocoration mosses, and those are all available on the website. I put a couple of orders in today, so somebody asked me to get them in a couple of 8-litre bags of SL Aqua soil. So this soil here, and I've had another person, sorry for the reflection, I've had another person asking for the same soil, but I am out, so I do need to get some in order anyway. And by the time you guys get to watch this, you'll know we've had new shrimp in, and you'll know that we're sort of moving stuff around. I'm hoping this week maybe to move my mixed over into the next tank, but I have to see how that goes, and if I do that I'll pick the video up later in the week. But let's crack on with painting, doing a bit of water change, and pick up from there. Slight change of plan. My intention was never to sort of completely paint these, just to do the top edge, so when the plastic goes up it's up. But I've ended up actually painting them, and then I've touched this rack up because it was a couple of bits that were a bit sort of weak on it, and I've started to paint some of this rack as well. But because of how the tanks are, you have to sort of put a board in and paint and wait for it to dry and move down and stuff. But I'm going to try and get this rack painted, and then this leading edge done, so the whole thing looks black. And hopefully well, I might take that side piece off and just paint in there a little bit, but idea is to get them all black. It is matte, so it does dry to a matte finish, but that's fine. I'm not too bothered about that. Might do a second coat. It's just acrylic artist paint, so it's non-toxic, waterproof, and it sort of does a job. But I'm pleased with that. So it's the following day. All these have now dried. I'm sure I used like a satin on that one, but this one's a matte. But for what I've used it for, it sort of works. I might get a satin to do the other racks with, but I bought 3 tubs of this, so I might as well use it. So didn't do much more yesterday. Today I'm doing the water changes that I should have done yesterday, and I'm just topping up. So I've got a small pump just topping up with fresh water, because I've got quite a bit of evaporation on a couple of these. And so you've probably seen the video by now of the guppies, just to sort of control the sea shrimp population. I've only one left in here. I have caught one out today. I actually jumped out and dropped on the carpet, but we've managed to rescue him. But this one's a bit fast, and I've only got small net, so we need to try and get him out at some point. And success. So we've got the guppies in the orange Neo tank for now, and obviously the conditions there are much better suited to the guppies, but we'll keep them in there for now, see how things go. Operation Move the Mix tank has begun. So tank's almost ready. I'm doing a 95%, see my hand, I'm doing a 95% water change on that, and dripping in as I normally do. And then the plan is to get these dripped across, so their pH is quite high, move them into here, and once those are in there, then I can start my selection process and start to improve my current colonies with better shrimp, really. So worth noting then that I've got some steels and bolts that'll be up on the website at a good price, that will be coming up soon, and I want to sort of get rid of this colony really, but I don't know how many's in there, so I can't sort of say I'll sell the colony. And then at some point I want to move my orange eye blues out into one of these higher up tanks, maybe move them into here actually when this tank's reset and done. And then this tank here is cycling for my mixed Carradine and mixed tigers. So mixed tigers will come down there, and once we've got stuff sort of moved from the top shelves down, I can start working on stuff and selecting for specific breeding projects then. So first thing is to get a mixed tank going of some description, move my mixed in, select some shrimp out of the tanks that I don't want to keep in there, drop those into the mix, and sort of work through from there. So we've started catching. There's the first 20 or so in there, and I guess there's about 50 shrimp in here, plus any babies, but they haven't been breeding very well, but I'm not expecting them to with the amount of how high the pH is in there. I will take the rare boosters over. I'm not sure if I'm going to take the rock with the Java moss on, but I'll have to check it for babies and stuff, but hopefully this will be empty tomorrow and everything's moved across. Little update then, the drip is finished. I've still got a couple of shrimp in there that were sort of missed, so I do need to sort of catch those and move those across, and I'll check for babies obviously when I'm sort of moving stuff out. But Plecco's been moved into the house, so he was a bit of a nightmare to catch, and normally I'd net out of the bucket into here, but one of the nice things, let's see if I can do this with one hand, one of the nice things about from your own tanks to your own tanks is, and you'll notice that when I designed all this, I designed it perfectly so a jug can fit through, and on the top it's a ½ litre jug, but there's absolutely nothing better than, let's see if we can get it cameraed, a shrimp avalanche. Gotta love shrimp avalanche. And check there's nothing. I'll just give that another swirl in case there's any babies in there, but that's something I've been dying to get done for absolutely ages. So these are just my mixed, my sort of low grade calls, if you will, and now that that mixed tank's up and running, I can just go ahead and start culling or moving stuff from my my other tanks into here that I'm not, doesn't sort of meet the grade. But hope you've enjoyed that one. We'll continue with the vlog style because I really like doing them, and let's just flip the camera. Nothing better than working in the dark. I tend to get loads done when my missus has gone out, so my missus often goes to bingo with my daughter, my eldest daughter, but I don't mind my own company, but sitting in the shrimp room to getting stuff done is perfect. So hope you enjoyed that. As always, if you're a casual sort of watcher, please subscribe. Massively means the world to us and helps us to grow as well, and get to the point where we can sort of do more things and bring you more content really. But until next time guys, hit the subscribe button, don't forget to like the video, share it if you want, leave a comment. I respond to all of them. So take care everyone, bye bye.